Hi everyone, Kristen here with our July home market report for Portland metro area. June's data was just released and I'm going to walk you through our market highlights. And then I'm going to break down what we are seeing in each area of Portland, starting with new listings. New listings, we had 3,658 homes hit the market in June, which is a decrease of 14.6% from June of last year. The good news, this was actually 7% higher from last month's inventory. Pending sales, which you can think of as accepted contracts, were at 3,654. This was an increase of 18.5% compared to June of last year, but it also increased 17.4% from the 3,112 offers we saw accepted in May. So good news there. Finally, closed sales at 2,709 decreased just a little bit at about 1.7% from last year's closings, but it's actually an increase of 38% from the 1,963 closings we saw in May of 2020. So what does this all mean? Right now we're in Portland, we are working with lower inventory than we've seen in quite some time. But despite that, buyer interest remains really, really strong. Inventory decreased 1.5 months in June. And how is inventory calculated? So inventory is months calculated by dividing active residential listings at the end of the month in question by the number of closed sales for that month, basically establishing a rate of sales closure. So think of it this way. If we were in the twilight zone and Burgess Meredith had froze time, it would actually take the equivalent of 1.5 months for all homes to completely disappear. Total market time overall, though, increased 42 days. For our year-to-date summary, if we compare the first 6 months of 2020 to the same period in 2019, new listings at 19,112 decreased by 15.4%. Pending sales at 15,398 decreased 3.5%, and closed sales at 12,955 decreased by 6.4%. Now let's talk price. Average Portland metro area has increased from 2.6% from $456,700 to $468,500. In the same comparison, the median sales price has increased 3.9%. Starting from $407,000 to $423,000. Now, if you're a buyer shopping around this price range, just know that you need to be on the ball with a pre-approval from your lender so that you and your agent can be equipped to put in an offer, as good homes in this price range are going really, really fast. That said, don't let comparison discourage you. Interest rates are incredibly low right now, making it a great time to move into home ownership versus just renting in an also very competitive market. So now let's dig into each of the areas of Portland, shall we? West Portland. So in June, we had a total of 748 active listings, inclusive of 456 new listings hitting the market. We saw 306 pending sales, which was almost 3 times higher than last month, which is great, and 1.7% higher than June of last year. There were 230 closed sales with an average price of $609,400. Median sales price in West Portland year to date is $540,000. Average total market time in this sector was at 66 days, and this is just up a little bit from last month, which was at 56 days. Next up, we have Southeast Portland. June offered 344 listings compared to May's 422, we're a little down, and then 381 new listings compared to May's 360, where we were a little up. Pending sales were at 409, up from a mere 69 pending sales last month, which is 7.5 lower than last year's June market. We narrowed the gap though compared to May, where we were 70% down in this area before. We ended the month with 285 closed sales, and I'm happy to report that we've got 285 homeowners calling Southeast Portland home. Average sale price in June for this region was $462,800 compared to May's $448,000. And year-to-date median sales price came to $320,000, which is actually down from $338,300 last May. The wide disparity between these two figures just highlights our low inventory. Average market sales time is 32 days, which is just 2 days lower than May. This still actually continues to be our most competitive area. Moving on to Northeast Portland, we had 314 active listings to shop compared to May's 340, so we were a little bit under, with 323 new listings hitting the market compared to May's 274. Pending sales were at 299, which was well above what we saw last month, and we're at 11.2% lower than June's results last year. Average sales price was $456,200, And year-to-date median sales price is now at $431,700, so it's slightly up from last month, which was at $430,500. Average total market time was up 43 days compared to last month's 27 days. Last but certainly not least, let's look at North Portland. We had 178 active listings to shop, including 166 new listings hitting the market. Pending sales were at 299 homes, way up from the 19 homes we saw in May, and only 1.3% lower than June's 2019 results. If you remember, in May, we were 15.4% lower, so we've definitely got more to work with in North Portland. June's average sale price was $447,500, and year-to-date median sales price was $421,800. Total market time in this region was 38 days. In summary, Southeast Portland remains the most affordable area and the quickest time to sell, while West Side is the most expensive and on average takes a little longer to sell. I'm sure nobody's shocked by this. So in summary, we continue to have a strong seller's market, which I'm sure you've heard in multiple forums, which continues to push prices up despite other economic circumstances that are at play. Let's take a step back and assess this from the broader perspective. Pendings were actually up in June, even though inventory was down. In other words, we have more buyers than compared to last year, with only 85% of the homes on the market. In May, our inventory was about 70% of normal, so at least we've got an uptick, and I'm not complaining. Ultimately, a lack of inventory is preventing what would ordinarily lead to a decline in prices as unemployment increases. If you've been thinking about selling, you have the advantage of significantly less competition, often bringing multiple offers to the table, which can mean shorter market time and less inconvenience overall for you. Not to mention the fact this is an opportunity for you to tap into your equity to potentially make a right-sizing change in your home environment based on your current lifestyle today. That's it for now. Whether you're interested in buying or selling, please reach out to us. We'd love to be a resource for you. In the very least, please like and subscribe to our page. We'll be continuing to put more information out there for you. We're looking into giving you more resources on neighborhoods. If there's any neighborhoods you're curious about, let us know. Until then, I'll see you next month, probably sooner.